team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawg, and we back to it. You know how we do it. 7 NBA stars who choked in the playoffs. This is gonna be a good video, man. But before we get into it, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We are on the way to 10K. Go ahead and like this video if you like this video, and go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know how you feel about these 7 stars. I think this is gonna be a really good video, y'all. Like, I think this is gonna be very interesting, only because for me, I get caught up a lot of times in, thinking that certain players are perfect. You do think that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and, LeBron James, Steph Curry, like all these players are perfect, but they had obstacles. Like, I think honestly, like their failures is what make them so great. Like the fact that they are willing to put themselves out there and risk everything to win is commendable, man. So yeah, I say all that to say this. Yeah, these are NBA stars, but they choked. Like, and we can be the judge of what choking means. Just because they might miss a game-winning three-pointer, like that don't really mean you choke. But let's get into the video. Let's just get into the video. I want to see who these 7 stars is, and it better not be Kobe. Well, actually, it should be Kobe because he choked. He airballed 3 times in his rookie year, and I think that's one of the reasons that made him great. He wasn't scared to fail, and because of that, he succeeded so much in his life. So yeah, I hope that is in there, so that could be my teaching point for this video. So let's get into the video. We got 7 NBA stars who choked in the playoffs. Let's get it.
What's up, guys? Mike here, and today we're going to be talking about NBA superstars. Now, when you think about these stars, you think about buzzer beaters, you think about championships, you think about MVP trophies. But what you usually don't think about are the lowlights. So today I'm here to remind you guys that even the best players in basketball history fail sometimes. So here are 7 NBA superstars who choked in the playoffs. Number 7. LeBron James.
Oh, LeBron choked?
In the 2010 NBA playoffs, LeBron James was at a crossroads. For his entire professional career, he had played for his home state team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Throughout this time, the Cavs front office failed to pair LeBron with another star or surround him with a great supporting cast. But still, the team around LeBron was good enough to win 61 games in 2010 and to reach the Eastern Conference Finals.
I was gonna say, I hate when people always kind of like try to downgrade a team, and he didn't have nobody around them. They were great in the East. Like, they were like #1 seed. Like, he couldn't have did all that by himself. So yeah, they might not have had a Shaquille O'Neal or a great superstar on their team, but he had what it took to win. I think they won like 60 games those years, so he had what it took to win. So let's not discredit his good supporting cast that we might not think are famous players, but let's not disrespect them.
There, the Cavs were matched up with the veteran-filled Boston Celtics. Throughout the
Boston was
first
good.
games of the series, the teams traded blows and each took 2 wins, which set the stage for a Game 5 that was hyped as a huge moment for LeBron's career. All of the great players in NBA history have won multiple NBA championships, and now it was LeBron's turn to step things up and lead the Cavs to a title. Only it didn't happen. LeBron came out and produced one of the worst performances of his career, shooting 3 for 14 with 3 turnovers while producing a plus-minus of -22. And these poor stats don't even tell the whole story, because LeBron didn't just play horribly, he also looked uninterested in the result of the game. He wasn't aggressive, he didn't play with passion, it was as if his mind was elsewhere. This Game 5 defeat gave all the momentum to the Celtics, and even though LeBron produced a triple-double in Game 6, it again wasn't enough. A few months later, LeBron was in Miami, and people were left to question his indifference to the result of Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. One popular rumor is that during this time, LeBron discovered that Delonte West was involved with his mom. This is possibly just a nasty rumor, but if it's true, then who could blame LeBron for his performance? Number 6, Isaiah Thomas. Sometimes a player shows throughout a whole game. A string of 48 minutes where a star can do nothing right while his team needs him the most. That's not always the case though, because sometimes a player has a good game, makes one mistake, and forever lives in infamy. Enter Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. With the series tied, the Pistons lead by 1 with 5 seconds remaining. Larry Bird has just been rejected in what should have been the game-deciding possession. Only, watch Isaiah. For some reason, he rushes to make the inbounds pass, ignoring the timeout his coach was desperately trying to call. The inbounds pass is a lob through the air, slow enough to allow Larry Bird to make what is one of the NBA's greatest steals of all time.
The ball to Detroit. Bird steals it. Johnson.
And so, after an incredible Dennis Johnson finish, the Celtics stole Game 5 and ended up winning the series in 7, with Isaiah shooting 10 for 28 in a 3-point Game 7 loss. Unlike his career in NBA management though, Isaiah did eventually turn things around and bring 2 titles to Detroit. Number 5, Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk choke?
Just blowing a 13-point lead with 6 minutes left in Game 3 of the NBA Finals, the Mavericks put the ball in their star player's hands. Dirk blew by Udonis Haslem and was fouled with 3.4 seconds left. The Mavericks had to feel some relief. The best player in their franchise history was headed to the line, with a chance to tie the game and save them from...
Yeah, he don't miss free throws.
At this point, the Mavs were already up 2-0 in the finals. If Dirk could send the game into overtime, and the Mavericks pulled out a win, then the championship would be theirs for the taking. And so, Dirk stepped to the line. First shot, good. Second shot, not so much. This miss cost the Mavericks Game 3 of the finals, but still, they led the series. Then came Game 4.
I never knew that, y'all. If Dirk makes that free throw, and let's just say it goes to overtime and they pull it out, they go up 3-0, and Miami probably don't win 4 straight. Well, they wouldn't have won 4 straight. And they probably wouldn't have won this finals. Like, that's crazy to think about, Dirk. Yeah, that's a choke.
Dirk shot 2 for 14. The Mavericks lost by 24 points, and the Heat now had all the momentum. Miami went on to win the next 2 games and steal the championship from Dallas, which was unfortunate, but things seemed to turn around the next season, as the Mavericks obtained the number 1 seed in 2007 and Dirk was named the NBA's MVP. But this time, the Mavs were upset in the first round by the 8th seeded Warriors. We all know how this story ends though. Dirk used these horrible experiences as motivation, and the Mavericks won the championship in 2011. Once again proving that great players might fall down, but they always
get up.
Back up. Number 4, Patrick Ewing. The early 1990s were dominated by Michael Jordan and the Bulls. After a run of 3 consecutive titles, people began to wonder if anyone else would win a title in the 90s. Then, Jordan retired to play baseball, and suddenly a window opened up for the other championship contenders. And so, the 1994 NBA Finals saw
Michael
Patrick
Jordan's
Ewing
retirement.
face off against Hakeem.
Before they finish that, did you see that top part, that question up top? We might as well answer it. What y'all think? I'll probably react to it too, but we might as well answer the question, and why not? Was Michael Jordan's retirement, his first retirement, a secret suspension? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna leave that for another video. Let's talk about it.
Of the top centers of that era. With these high stakes in place, people expected an extremely high level of play, and they got it from Hakeem. Ewing, on the other hand, shrunk on the biggest stage in front of the national audience. The Knicks lost in 7.
Ewing choked?
Seems close, but when the series was over, people knew differently. Hakeem had dominated Patrick. Ewing finished the series averaging 18.9 points per game on a disgustingly low 36% shooting from the field.
Give me
and
that
made the fact that this series was close even worse. Because if Patrick Ewing had played like his usual self, then the Knicks surely would have come out on top. And while other players on this list have gone on to win championships, there was no happy ending for Patrick Ewing. Number 3.
So it's safe to say that Hakeem was a lot better than Patrick Ewing? Let me know in the comments.
In the United States, most 18-year-olds are starting college, getting a job, enlisting in the military, or eating Cheetos in their parents' basement. Kobe Bryant, however, was facing off against Stockton and Malone in the 1997 Western Conference semifinals. And the moment got to him, because in Game 5, with the Lakers facing elimination, Kobe had a chance to win the game.
Clap, 4, Bryant drives, pull up, shot on the way, no good.
And he airballed. Then, in overtime, he took a three-pointer and airballed. And then he took another three-pointer, and again he airballed. And finally, down 3 with a chance to tie, guess what happened? Yes, he shot another airball. Young Kobe finished this game shooting 4 for 14. And when watching this tape, a question emerges. Did Kobe ever age? But seriously, Kobe put the airball game in the back of his mind and used it as fuel. It pushed him to outwork everyone else, and now he is retired as a basketball legend, while this moment has become an afterthought.
He wasn't scared of the moment. That's the teaching point from this. If you're scared of the moment, you will never make the shot. Yes, he missed them and he didn't, but he gave himself a chance. Like, if you don't try, you will never succeed. Like, yeah, you can. And I think the thing I thought about the most when I was seeing this is Giannis in post-game interview after they just lost to Jimmy Butler in the Heat, where he was saying, like, there is no failures. Like, Kobe didn't fail because of this. He didn't fail at all. Like, he learned from it. You know, it's ups and downs in sports. It's ups and downs in, you know, anything you do. But it's like, how do you respond from that? And I think Kobe responded pretty well. So if Kobe probably would have never took those shots, he would have never gained that experience of being in those situations, and he probably would have not been the player he was today. So shout out to him for not being scared of the moment. Yes, he airballed 4. He's embarrassed himself. He's on videos like this, but Kobe is still one of the greatest. He is my GOAT. So shout out to Kobe and RIP to the GOAT, man.
Number 2, Magic Johnson.
Tragic Johnson?
Remember Magic Johnson, the consummate
Tragic Johnson?
in high school, where a reporter gave him the nickname Magic because his game was just that unbelievable. He won at Michigan State, where his Spartans defeated the Larry Bird-led Indiana State Sycamores in the most hyped college basketball game of all time. And he won in Los Angeles, where he was the catalyst for the Showtime Lakers. At the time of his retirement, Magic had accomplished it all. He finished as a Hall of Famer with 5 rings and one of the NBA's most iconic...
But when did he choke?
We all remember Magic Johnson,
but tragic.
We forget Tragic Johnson, the nickname given to Magic after the 1984 NBA playoffs. Because Magic did not just have one signature moment in the playoffs where he choked. No. He choked away the entire 1984 NBA Finals against the Celtics.
Magic's jump shot did not look good.
It wasn't his stats that earned him this nickname. It was his terrible execution in the clutch. In Game 2, he dribbled out the clock with the score tied in regulation. In Game 4, he threw a horrible pass late in the 4th and missed 2 free throws in overtime that would have tied the game. In Game 7, with 1 minute left, Magic again turned the ball over and the Celtics won. These mistakes dominated the headlines that summer, as shown by his new nickname of Tragic Johnson and a Sports Illustrated article titled Johnson in the Clutch. Don't call him Magic, just call him unreliable.
Damn, Alexander Wolf.
Let this ruin his career, though. On the contrary, he used this newfound criticism as motivation and won the NBA championship the next year. And number 1, Karl Malone.
Karl Malone?
His career was full of memorable moments. Times where he rose up when the pressure was at its highest and willed himself to success. But here's the thing. When people remember greatness, they often forget the opposite side of the coin.
Craig Elo?
Because in sports, one person succeeds only when another person fails.
That's not true.
Karl Malone, known as the Mailman, was the failure to Michael Jordan's success. Despite having a Hall of Fame teammate, John Stockton, for his entire career with the Jazz, Malone was never able to win a championship. And while the same can be said of Stockton, it's Malone who choked in the NBA Finals twice. In Game 1 of the 1997 Finals, a Sunday, Karl Malone was fouled with 9.2 seconds left in the game and the score tied. As he prepared to take the shots, Scottie Pippen famously leaned in and said, "Just remember, the mailman doesn't deliver on Sundays."
He ain't say that.
Pippen was right. Malone missed both shots, and Jordan went on to hit a buzzer beater on the other end. Winning
Jordan ain't choking.
Would eventually lead to a 1997 Bulls championship, which set the stage for Game 6 of the 1998 Finals. The Bulls were again matched up against the Jazz and were up 3-2 in the series. However, the Jazz were winning in the late moments of the game and had home court advantage for Game 7. With under 30 seconds remaining, the Jazz went to Malone in the post and...
Malone is doubled. They swat at it and steal it.
That was clutch.
Open.
This play was more or less just Jordan being clutch and just reading the play. than Karl Malone really choking. Like, he didn't even really see Michael Jordan right here. Like, this is kind of the opposite of the Isaiah Thomas thing, where Isaiah just was kind of, you know, shaking with the ball a little bit and just got the ball out of his hands. Like, that was more or less choking. But here, this is just Michael Jordan making a super great play.
Remaining, the Jazz went to Malone in the post, and
yeah, he didn't even see him. And the rest is history. The rest is history.
yes, Karl Malone lost the ball. Jordan scored. Stockton missed the three to win the game, and Michael Jordan left Utah with another iconic moment, leaving Karl Malone in the ashes of his success. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and
Get
I
that
think
Kobe
the most
picture out of
interesting part
there.
of this is not what happens when the player fails, but how they react to that failure. Some
Yeah.
of the guys on this list took that failure, put it in the back of...
Shout out to him. Yeah, I kind of want to kind of say the same thing, except not call them failures, because again, I think about that Giannis interview where he was saying, like, there's not failures. Like, there's only one winner. Only one team can win every year. So that means all other 29 teams failed? I don't know, but it's all about the rebounds, all about what you do to your disappointments. Yes, it's disappointing. Don't get me wrong. It's very disappointing. I ain't saying be happy that you lose. It's going to be disappointing. But don't get down on yourself. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Just look at what you're disappointed in and make sure it don't happen again. So I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all want to see more videos like this. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. And go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know. Rank these 7 players for me. From best to worst. Like, from favorite to least favorite. Like, let me know who y'all like the most in these 7 stars. Because they all had ups and downs, man. They all had times in their careers where it wasn't going right for them, but I think for the most part, all of them were very great players, Hall of Famers that was able to rebound and create a ginormous name for themselves. So I appreciate y'all like always. We out.